Hello friends, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am. Thank you for everyone that has wished me to get well soon. I truly appreciate it because I am feeling great. It is Tuesday and we are working on our flowering. This flowering pattern that we're doing, though, is from the November 2025 Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler. It is block number 8, and it is I Lilac You. That's a tongue twister. So, friends, let's get into it. Now, we have, I'm going to tell you, 64 of these. 64. I know I have that many, but it looks like we are going to be snowballing these, I guess is what it's called. We're going to put one on the top left and bottom right of this. Now, this is Camille Ross Kelly's Sunny Side line that I am using. So I am using Camille Ross Kelly. I had a bundle that I got, I believe it was from Green Fairy Quilts. If I'm not mistaken, it's from Green Fairy Quilts. And it just so happened to be Camille Ross Kelly. How about that? So I'm going to start with the navy blues first. And I should have marked a diagonal on these, but guys, 64 of them, no, we're taking our chances. So I am going to be sewing one on the, again, top left, bottom right. It's not going to matter really because however I turn it, it will be where it needs to be. And friends, if you got the Sew Sampler box, this would probably be the best time to be using that, whatever that tape is called, that you put on your machine. I don't use it because I can't, first off, I don't like to get this sticky on my sewing machine, and it always comes off somehow. I guess I could try it. No, I take my faceplate, my plate off too much, so I'm not going to do that. But we are going to just get into it, get these sewn on. I'm so excited to get this done because most of these squares are blocks that I have made in this quilt-along have a lot of red in them. I don't know if you can see that, but it's so nice to have some dark blues in here now. I'm so excited to have these navies and dark greens. And I do have a sage green also in here. But I am taking my chances, pressing my luck, whatever you want to call it, because I'm not marking the fabric and I'm just trying to go with the flow. See if we can get it to work out. And friends, you guys will be seeing this on Wednesday morning. Normally I would have had, well, the plan was, not normally, the plan was to have another cooking video for you guys today. And I figure a lot of you are already in the kitchen with preps going on. But this evening you will see, I will be releasing at 5 o'clock this afternoon or evening, a budget-friendly holiday meal with everything included. And I mean, you know, when I started doing this, I was like, oh, budget-friendly is going to mean bare minimum. No, you can have your meat, 2 sides. Now, you know, most people, when you have a Thanksgiving dinner and you have several people, you have a lot of different sides to accommodate the number of people you're having. But if it's just a single family, 4 to 6 people, And, you know, you'll make sides that everyone likes in my house. Everyone likes, well, I say everyone. I know 2 of my children love green bean casserole. So do I. But I have one that she's like, she would rather sweet potato casserole. And that's fine too. So what we do is we make both of those. We make a green bean casserole and we make a sweet potato casserole. And you probably saw where I made the sweet potatoes yesterday. And guys, I know I mentioned this in the video you saw yesterday evening, the unboxing. I mentioned about the sweet potatoes. That you could even do that, which I'm not doing that. I'm doing a more budget-friendly one, which it may be cheaper right now, you know, around the holidays. A lot of places do put like their sweet potatoes at a good deal. So it may actually be, you know, more cost effective to do your sweet potatoes in the Instant Pot. I cooked mine, if you cook them how I cook them, I cooked mine for large sweet potatoes. So I put it in there like 25 minutes, I think. And y'all, they were bursting open, which was great. I could have actually used that to make my sweet potato casserole. And I'm seriously considering doing that because I actually have a bag of small sweet potatoes that I want to get cooked up and either used or in my freezer. But when I pick those up, I let them, you know, cool off just a little bit. And I just let the skin split a little bit. And all I had to do, I just took a spoon and it came right off that skin. Delicious. I'm not going to lie. They were delicious. And all I put on them, you could take a sweet potato like that if you only have 4 to 6 people. If you do 6 sweet potatoes and you cut them open, you can dust them with cinnamon sugar, put some marshmallows in them, slide them in the oven, let those marshmallows brown. Guys, that would be delicious too. But for me, I like to just have a sweet potato with butter in it. To me, that is so delicious. But I grew up on that. I grew up with that kind of being, I don't know if I could say a snack. But my grandmother, she would get sweet potatoes. And she would buy a lot of them at one time, or either we had what was called commodities. And I think they would get like surplus, you know, if they go to Council on Aging here, they get coupons and stuff for fruits and vegetables at farmers markets. And she would get like sweet potatoes and cook them up and put them in the freezer so they didn't go bad. And if we come in, sometimes that's what we would have as a snack. And hey, I loved it. I loved a sweet potato. And sometimes that's what she'd have as her dinner. She would just eat her a sweet potato. You know, nowadays everybody has to have all the protein and all of this and all of that. And, you know, growing up, they might have been happy just to have a sweet potato. I know I love having just a sweet potato, which I'm probably going to do that because the majority of the time it is just me at home. And my husband did tell me that he's probably going to be taking off a week or a rotation, which will put him home for 14 days. Which that kind of stresses me because I'm so used to not having anybody here that I just do my own thing. But that will mean I'll have to cook for 2 people and I can't just eat a sweet potato. I don't know. Maybe I could talk him into it. Maybe I can grill some chicken or something and he can have chicken or steak with sweet potato. Okay, friends, it looks like, oh, I better look at this. It does say make 16 of these. Now, I will say this pattern did call for a lot of squares. And I had to have 16 of the blue ones. Now, do I think there might have been a better way to do this? Yes, there is, but they didn't. So, I'm going with how they did it, because I'm sure there's a method to their madness. So what I'm going to do now is take these off of the machine, take them apart, and we'll just keep talking, guys, because all I'm doing is just taking them apart so I can add another one to the opposite corner, and then we will trim them then. Friends, it has been a beautiful day today. I actually had to get up and cut my heat on yesterday evening. It wasn't cold enough for me to put a fire in the fireplace, which I don't think it's going to be at all this week. But today, our high was 71 is what it said it was going to be. I don't think it got that high. But tomorrow, I think the high is like 61. And then well, the day you're seeing it, the high is supposed to be 61. And then Thanksgiving Day, it's 58. I am so excited. And I know some people, they're like, nope, I'd rather be on the beach. I'd rather the sun shine. And that's great, guys. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I grew up here in Louisiana. We didn't ever have the weather we wanted when we wanted it. So I'll take what I get. But it's just something about this time of year. I love the crisp coolness of it. It gets me in the mood to make fall things. I need a simmer pot, so I will quit wanting to make like an apple crisp or something like that. And I think I just want to make that for the smell. I love that smell. Just love this time of year. I'm so excited for it. We're also getting ready. You know, this time of year is very busy for us. Not only is it the holidays, but it's my grandson. Wait, let me back up. December is my husband, my grandson, and my daughter's birthday. So I have 3. Maybe on my husband's birthday, I can talk him into us just going somewhere. I don't know. I don't have time for a little getaway during the holidays. Or this time of year, I just don't have it. I would love to. Just go to the boardwalk. I don't even know if Joe's Crab Shack is still there. I would love to go to Joe's Crab Shack. Go eat some crabs. He'd probably like, well, we ate at the Saltgrass in Little Rock. So the boardwalk in Bossier. Is it the boardwalk or Riverwalk? One of them is, if you're on one side of the river, it's called the boardwalk, and one side is called the Riverwalk. I think Bossier side is called the boardwalk, and the Shreveport side is called Riverwalk. We have like a Bass Pro Shop, and we had I don't know if these things are still there, but they used to be there, and we haven't gone in a good while. Well, there was a Margaritaville, but there's a Bass Pro Shop. There was a Saltgrass. Like I said, I don't know if it's still there or not. There was a Joe's Crab Shack. There was a Cheesecake Factory. And I think Cheesecake Factory is gone, and I feel like Joe's Crab Shack is gone. But I loved Joe's Crab Shack. But it would be nice just to go somewhere for a night. Just the 2 of us. The way we both work, sometimes that's not possible. Me, I continue to sew for you guys because he continues to do his business here at the house when he comes in. I don't do that business. I just don't do it. He wanted me to do it with him, but I said, I did mortgage banking for 17 years. I don't want to deal with real estate. It is not for me. Especially right now. I mean, the way the economy is, I know everybody's looking and waiting for the crash to happen, which, you know, it happens ever so many years. I think like every 8 years or something like that, it happens. And I mean, you just have to be able to see it for what it is. I mean, right here, where I live right now, you cannot purchase a house at what the actual price should be. My daughter and her fiance were looking to buy a house, and this person bought it like 5 years ago for $69,000, and they're trying to sell it now for $169,000. But it actually will only appraise, get this, $139,000. So 5 years ago, they bought it for $69,000, and now it's $139,000 because everything is so inflated. And I told her, I said, don't. I said, wait, there's going to be a bust in the next 2 years. It's going to be a bust. Now, granted, it may not be in our area because of Meta, but that's only going to be temporary until all of their workers are gone. You know, the construction workers right now are taking everything up and causing rent to go up. And I assure you, once all of that work is done, they said they're only going to have like 21 workers at the Meta plant. So now we're going to have to absorb all of this cost. It's really not going to be benefiting our community. Only 21 people will get a job. That's all they're going to hire, I think is what they said for that facility. So it's like, that is insane, ridiculous, and all that. You know, it's just crazy. We're all wondering how it came in, and we didn't know it was happening. Because now it's going to drain our water resources. It's going to put a pull on our energy sources. It's just going, and you know what? I know a lot of people have a bad idea about Louisiana. You don't hear a lot about Louisiana until it comes to people needing help, and our Cajun Navy, they're on it. If somebody needs help, they're gone. And I know a lot of people get an idea that Louisiana is like New Orleans. Absolutely not. We are not all like New Orleans. I mean, I'm in the northern part of the state. And New Orleans, it is like its own little world down there. You do have Cajun country. You have the Cajun French. And it's a beautiful place to see, guys. It really is. Okay, guys, I'm going to trim these real quick. I'm not going to keep y'all here with me, but I will be right back after I have finished trimming these off and pressing them. Okay, friends, I have 16 of our blue square with our white corners on it now. So what is our next one? I probably should have done all of these at the same time because, okay, this one here, I only need to do 8 one way. So we're going to pull out 8, and we will do white on both corners on 8 of them. And then 8 of them, we're only doing a white on top right corner. So we're going to just get on into it, and I will go ahead and do, oh, and the green also needs, yeah, the green also needs white on the same way. So we'll do these and all of our greens, and then we'll worry about the one that has a white and a green, because one corner is going to be a green and one corner is going to be a white. So we are just trying to make quick work of this. And even if it's not real quick, that's okay. We are in no rush. It is almost 9 p.m. on Tuesday night. And I don't have to work tomorrow, guys. So that is where we're at. So I can sew as late as I want to tonight. And that is what I am going to do. I am trying to get a quilt done that I want to have in my D-stash. Just the quilt top. It's not going to be quilted. And guys, I don't know if that may be it. I think that is. I have found panels. Lots of panels. Well, when I say lots, like 5 panels. I am going to be including those in my D-stash as well. As you know, I'm not really a panel person. I think they're beautiful. Panels are beautiful. And for the right person, they're absolutely amazing. And every now and then I will do a panel. I have done a panel that was in the Fat Quarter Shop Liberty box. I did that last year. But they're really not for me. I like piecing a quilt. That is my favorite thing to do when it comes to sewing. I just love piecing the quilt. And friends, if you are liking the cooking videos, I do have another channel that I am going to slowly move my cooking videos over to. It's just My Hobby Home, Eat to Live. And I'm going to try to get all of my cooking over to that. You know, I could leave it here, but I think I'm going to try to get all of my cooking over there, just because those that like to watch the sewing may not like to watch the cooking. But I figure we all have to eat, and it's my hobby home, and one of my hobbies is cooking. I like to cook. I am still in the process of trying to, I'm not going to say accommodations because that sounds awful. I am trying to make my kitchen a little more friendly for me. Okay, now I have to think here. When I put, these are going to, if I do straight up and down, or if I do side to side, which direction do we want it to go? We're just going to do straight up and down, because it's going to be on the top left and bottom right. We will go straight up and down. I have to remember that though, because this fabric has stripes in it. And I want all of the fabrics to be going the same direction. I don't want one going one way and one going the other. I want them all to be going the same direction. So friends, I hope this is a lovely Wednesday morning for you guys. As I said, I am off. My Thanksgiving holiday has started. So excited. I needed this holiday to come now. I will be taking a few days off in December, but because my oldest daughter is having surgery. So I asked her if she needed me there. She said afterwards, probably. I don't know who her oral surgeon is. So I'm just kind of like, ugh. And they're kind of thinking that that's what causes her headache and what's causing a lot of sinus problems for her. Okay, so we're taking these off and we're going to just trim them apart so we can put that second square on the opposite corner. And what I'll do when I get the other square on the opposite corner, I will then pull these. And I think it's only 8 here. I'm pretty certain. Yes, there's only 8. I will put white in the corner of 8 and then on the bottom I'll put green. This way I don't mix it up and get it confused and put the wrong thing on the wrong one, because it should actually be all of my white squares, so I should not have any confusion with that. But I think I'm more excited because the holidays, I'm going to, since I'm not hosting at my house, I will be making food, and I will take some to my daughter's house. But I will have the house to myself. And I have some things. I need to go get the dolly out of the shed. I am going to be moving some things out to my shed, furniture-wise. And just thing-wise, I have a lot of things in my house that need to go out to my shed. I need to go to my shed. I need to check my shed. My husband has access to the shed. I have not gone in it in a long while. And I just need to set eyes on everything, make sure there's no leaks. I need to go through my shed and get rid of a lot of stuff. Because I had stuff in boxes from where I moved in my last house. Things were still in boxes, and they're still in boxes. I have craft things. I have decor. I need to just get rid of it if it's out there, because I'm not used to it. Number one, I haven't been able to get in my shed. My husband told me there's still a chainsaw in the doorway. I don't know why he does that, but he does it. And I told him, I said, you know, you're going to cause me to fall and hurt myself, and then what are we going to do? That's when he tells me, well, just don't go in the shed. But I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to clear it out, because I actually have a vintage dresser out there that I want to get. It's got the big round mirror on it, and I want to get it out and get it cleaned up. I was going to strip it, but I decided against stripping it because I just think that is the beauty of it. I got a great deal on it. My husband doesn't think so. He's like, it's old and it's got this on it, got that on it. It's got character. That's what it's got on it. A lot more than I can say for a lot of the furniture you buy nowadays. The furniture you buy nowadays is not real wood. Most of it isn't anyway. But my goal is to get the items that need to go to the shed, and if it's in the shed and needs to be gone, to get it out. My oldest daughter has a friend, her and her younger sister have a cleaning service. And I know the little girl, she has stayed the night at my house before, and I just have a feeling I'm going to call her and tell her, her sister doesn't have to come, but see if she would come and help me do some clear out for the day. Because if I have somebody here going, really, why are you keeping that? I may be more out to get rid of stuff. My youngest daughter has done that with me before. And what has happened is, it's stuff that I've had in my house and I didn't want to get rid of it. So I boxed it and carried it out to my shed. And now I've ended up with boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff out in my shed, and I have no more room. And I keep trying to list stuff on Marketplace, and it just don't get up there yet. I mean, it just takes me too long to get stuff up there because I'm doing this, and I'd rather be doing this because I'm sewing. Maybe I need to bring you guys along for a house clear out. That would be scary. I don't know how. Well, I do know how I got it. Let it get this way. Because in 2021, I was actually pulled a lot of stuff out. And I got sick. Well, it took me about a year and a half to get where I was able to do things. I guess you could say that. I've not really gotten back 100%, but I am able to do things now. I can at least say, please take that to the garbage. Please take that to the dump. Please donate that. I can easily say, I can easily do that. I can give instructions. But I was remodeling my kitchen, remodeling a bedroom. I was doing a lot of things. And I thought, you know, during the shutdown, I was having to work from home, which gave me the extra time at my house that I could, you know, during break and during lunch, I could do things because I'm right here. You know, I could wash dishes during lunch, or I could throw a load of laundry in the washer during lunch. So I was able to, you know, get things done. But it just so happened that I got sick, and the only thing I could do was sit in a chair. And that was so frustrating. But I did, you know, I went back to work. Well, after I got out of the hospital, I went back to work about 30 days after that. But, you know, when I worked remote, I was working in the office 2 days and remotely 2 days. And those remote days, I mean, it just, all that meant was I didn't have to get up and put clothes on. I could stay in my PJs all day. Because I never saw people. And they would just scan everything to me, and I would do all the paperwork from here. And when they scan it to me, all they were doing was just scanning it. I have a scanner at work that I can scan it to my email. And I could access my email from home. But I didn't get a lot done then. It actually kind of piled up. I have stuff still for renovating that has not got put in my house yet, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And when I say things like that, I have a Reva shelf. That's the shelf that you put in, like if you have a corner cabinet and you have to reach real far in the back, which I do. I have one that I can't access the back of it because it's too far in there in my cabinet. And now that I have the new stove, I can't use the Reva shelf anyway because the cabinet door won't open all the way. It bumps it. I didn't realize my new stove comes out like an inch further than my other one, and it actually comes in front of the cabinet just a little bit. I can still open the cabinet. It doesn't stop it from opening, but I can't swing it a full all the way open. So now I just have a lot of stuff in my house that I just have to get out of it. Like I said, it is what it is at this point, and it just has to go. But I'm excited to be able to hopefully get that done in my house. If I can keep people from calling me and going, hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's go do that. Hey, I can't. I've got to work on my house because it's been too long a coming and it needs to happen now. So that is where I'm at. So friends, maybe not only cooking and sewing, y'all may see me doing some deep cleaning. I have got to get this done. And I say it every year at Christmas time. Oh, I'll do it at Christmas because that's when I have to pull out all my Christmas boxes, and I'll go through my Christmas boxes and I'll get rid of stuff. This year I'm getting rid of all that wrapping paper. I never use wrapping paper. I mean, I may keep a couple rolls, but I probably got about 20 rolls of wrapping paper. I don't need all of that. I mean, who does? Who needs that much wrapping paper? I don't. I would much rather use brown craft paper and put stickers on it, because that's probably what they would rather anyway. because I could put themed stickers on it. Okay, so now we have all of our squares done. Are they going to work right? Probably not. But I'm not going to worry about it because the block will be done. It will be beautiful, and we will not worry about it. We're looking at the time right now. We've been about an hour. I'm running out of time, guys. Well, friends, that was about 15 minutes of trimming and pressing, but I have all of my squares trimmed and pressed. So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is take 2 of our greens and white, and it looks like we're just going to put them together, and we're going to make 4 of these, so we will use all 8. And I have these seams over here. Now, of course, they're not going to nest because they're pressed the same exact way because they're the same block. I am going to put a pin in that seam, though, to hold it together. And I am just going to start sewing them. I'm going to do all 4 of them at the same time. Well, you know what I mean by that. Not at the same time, but I'm going to chain stitch these. And what we're doing is making, it just says assemble unit. Kind of what it is, it's going to be like a flower petal or flower unit. I'm not going to put my pen in going the direction that I'm sewing because I don't want to have to take that pin out right in the middle, and if I do, I can just pull it the other direction. Oh, I'm hoping those were together. I didn't realize if I do it the other direction, those may not be together. So I guess I better pin it where I'm sewing it so they stay together. So friends, have you got your fat quarter shop box yet? I hope so. I've had several people tell me that they got theirs yesterday. I've had some people say they were getting it, you know, later in the week. I mean, this is a really good box. I like the pattern. I like the fabric, which is always a bonus. I mean, I like a lot of fabrics though, but as y'all will see in the D-Stash on Sunday, although I may like a lot of fabric, I'm getting rid of a lot of fabric. And if I don't like it, I probably don't have it. So all of the fabric that will be going is going to be something that I really liked at one point in time. So I hope you guys come, and I hope to see you. What it is going to be, it's kind of like a live. It's a premiere. I will be in the chat with you all. The reason I recorded in advance is so when people claim it, it's like, as I've said before, when I've had a D-Stash, I'm a one-person show here. I don't have anybody helping me do anything. I don't have anybody cutting my fabric. I don't have anybody editing my videos. If my lighting needs to be moved, I'm the one that moves it. If my camera needs to be moved, I'm the one that moves it. So just so you know, that's just how it goes here. I have to be able to be in the chat and watch it because I have had a couple of times where more than one person has claimed the same item, and I have to be able to see who claimed first. And I will actually give instructions at the beginning of the video letting you guys know that in the premiere, make sure to choose all comments. Not newest or most relevant, all comments. And the reason you'll do that is because if you do not choose all comments, what happens is somebody can claim it and or you can claim it and you don't think no one else has, well, yours is always going to show your comment first. But it's according to who I see first claiming an item. My goodness, y'all, we are just about done here. Well, when I say just about done, we're just about done putting, like for this color block, we're just about done putting these together. And I hope I'm sewing all of them. I hope I'm sewing the right side of them, guys. I want to hurry up and get done here so I can go jump on in a live tonight, I'm sure. I don't know, it may not be going tonight, but I will check and see. But I keep looking forward to all the things that I'm going to get to sew while I'm off work, getting my house done. And I have all these plans, guys. Do y'all do that? I have filled up my little to-do calendar for between now and Sunday. And I'm actually wondering how much of it is actually going to get done. Okay, I am going to start. Oh, I didn't sew my blues, guys. I didn't sew these together. I need to sew these together. So let's see. We sew 2 together. I have to get these sewn together or the thing isn't going to go together. But I know I have high aspirations. I mean, set my goal high. But I won't be disappointed if I don't get it. Well, I don't know. I might be. But I'm going to try not to be. I've still got to do my research for you guys for the Black Friday deals. I hope to have those out. But I do that a lot. I over-plan myself. But I think I do that just to push myself a little more to say, like, I have this on my plan. I've got to do this. I've got to get this done. But know that if I don't, it's going to be okay. Because sometimes I plan myself pretty heavy. Like today when you were seeing this, I actually have myself planned to record 3 videos, possibly 4, to get me through that Black Friday, because I never know if somebody's going to be like, hey, I really don't want to go Black Friday shopping. I could do all my shopping on Amazon. And any Black Friday deal they got in a store, especially Walmart, it's online too. And you can actually get it earlier online. I've never, well, I'm not going to say I've not stood in a store door at 6 a.m. in the morning waiting on the store to open, because I have a lot. When you have little children and you're waiting on that Black Friday deal for Tickle Me Elmo, you stand in that line and you pray they have more than 2 out there, because that's the only thing your baby has asked for. So you stand in line for it. Or a Furby, you stand in line for it. And guys, I saw somebody had posted out there a Furby. Like a new one had come out. And I'm like, good Lord, no, sorry, we ain't doing another Furby. My little Furby learned how to ring like a phone in the middle of the night, if it's all movement or something. And we lived on a busy street, so we all the time had lights coming through our windows and setting the little Furby off. But what they do is they mimic what it hears, so to say. And our Furby would go, bring, bring, hello. I finally just had to put him under the bed in a box so he would stop. And guys, I found him. I don't know if where I have him right now. I thought I might have him in here, but I found him. I still have him. I'm like, I am not putting batteries in that thing. But, you know, it would freak my kids out if I did that. Oh, it was so funny, though. My husband, my children's father, he was always into the newest thing. What's going to be the newest thing? I mean, we have got Beanie Baby. I have the Beanie Baby collection. It was always, you know, for the kids, what's going to be the newest thing and the best toy to get. And although once they got that toy, he was like, don't open it. It's going to be a collector's item one day. And I'm like, nope. Rip that box open and let them babies play with it. That's why we bought it. I never understood that. I'm sitting here wondering, why do I only have 4 of these? Because we only have 1 of them in the block. So guys, talking about Christmas past, do y'all have any funny stories, favorite stories? I can remember we used to go Black Friday shopping and go to the food court in the mall, and we were actually talking about this the other day. I can't remember who it was. Can't remember if it was my stepmom and I were talking about it, or my sister and I talking about it. Well, my sister, what they would do, they would always go the day after Christmas and hit the sales the day after Christmas. I'm like, you are not catching me going anywhere between Thanksgiving and New Year's, because these places get crazy. Especially people returning stuff. That is insane. Okay, guys, I'm going to press these and I will be right back. Okay, friends, we are now going to start assembling more of these squares. I'm going to start with these 2 right here. We are just going to nest that seam, and I'm hoping this seam, I'm going to pin it. I'm going to stick a pin in it, make it behave. I'm going to do that on both sides because we want this to make a diamond shape. Now this block has taken a little extra time because each unit of the block has 4 pieces to it. So it's taking a little bit of time here, guys. Just a little bit of time, not a lot. We're looking at an hour. We're already looking at an hour and 40 minutes. I know I have gone over my hour and 20, but I stopped at an hour and restarted my recording. So hopefully I can edit the first hour and then upload. This is probably going to be an hour. This is probably going to be a 2-hour project here, but I really love this block. I think it's one of the more intricate blocks that we're doing. It has, I'm not necessarily going to say more detail to it. It just has more pieces to make it. And that's okay. We don't mind lots of pieces. And I believe I have 4, 4, 4, and 4. Well, I think I make 1 of the green one, which I've already done. And we're making 4 of the navy blue ones and 4 of this green one right here. This is the light green. I put pins all up in there trying to keep it all together so I don't, I want my diamond to come out is my main focus. I want that diamond shape to be there. I want it to come to a point, a pretty nice point, and that's what we're doing. We're making it come to a pretty nice point. But it looks like I have 6 more of these to make before I can start assembling. And guys, I know you can't see what I'm doing here. I'm just taking the 2 pieces and flipping them up on each other and making them seams nest. And where the seam don't nest, I'm putting a pin in the 2 seams to make them hold together. And the main thing to do when you're doing your blocks, make sure on your bottom when you have this V, and then on the top when you have the upside down V, because you want these to make a diamond shape in the center. And that's why I'm pinning them, because I don't want them to get off. And hey, if I don't pin, you know, that's risking a lot. I may be a little daredevil sometimes, but not tonight. Not tonight. Oh my goodness, guys. It is about 20 minutes till 10. I can't believe I've been on here this long. Yeah, I can, because I just told y'all how long and it just doesn't feel like it's been this long. It doesn't feel like this block has taken this long. Because it's actually a really easy block. Well, if you like half square triangles, well, they're not half square triangles. These aren't half square triangles. That was the other pattern in the box. It is mostly half square triangles. And y'all know I love a good half square triangle. And these look like half square triangles, but they're not. They are not half square triangles. And friends, I know you all are ready for the holidays or winding down all your preparations, or you may just be getting them started. But if you have not seen the Fat Quarter Shop unboxing, I did release it Monday night. My box did not get here until late, and that's one thing that I bring to you guys. As soon as I get it, I will open that box, I will record that unboxing, I will edit and upload it as soon as I get it, because guys, sometimes the box is just that amazing, and I really like this box. But my poor UPS guy, he was delivering in the rain. And I went out there, and poor guy, I think the weather had gotten him off schedule, because it was supposed to have been here by 5 o'clock yesterday evening, or Monday. I'm saying yesterday, and that's because it's Tuesday, not Wednesday, when I'm recording. But it was supposed to have been here at 5 o'clock, and it was 7. I think my husband actually, he's like, "You've got a package outside." And he was like, "It's kind of late," because we have cameras outside. Well, in the house too. You know, if we don't catch you outside, we'll catch you in the house. We got cameras everywhere. And he does that because I'm here by myself, which is fine. I'm glad to have that. But I sent that to him just so he knew that's what it was. It was a delivery. And friends, just like that, we've got everything pressed out, ready to start assembling. We are going to start with our blue, navy blue, and a light green with dark green bottoms. Now, I pressed everything the same way. This is pressed down to the dark green. So what I need to do is find, this one nests. Perfect. That's what we want. We want these to nest, and we'll be getting them together. And guys, I'm telling you, this is probably going to be one of the longest videos. Well, I know for me to edit it, it will be. Because we are already at 1 hour and 50 minutes already. But, you know, when I take all of the pressing out, that's probably going to be about a good 40 minutes out of it that we will be taking out for all the pressing. because there's a lot of pressing in this. A lot. So what I'm going to do is the first 2 blocks of each row. So the second row, we take this block and turn it this way, and then we put this one over here. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want it, no matter how I turn it, it's going to be, oh, we don't want it that way, we want it this way, because we want it to nest. And that's the good thing about the blocks that have the white corners, is because you can turn it any which way for it to nest. Now, will the top row nest with the second row? We don't know yet. They probably have you pressing open. If I'm guessing correctly, they probably said that at the beginning of it to press everything open. I don't press open. I press to the dark just because for me it's easier. Because my fat chubby fingers cannot open those seams sometimes. Okay, so the third row is another dark blue with another one of the light greens, and we're going to turn it up like this. So let's make sure those nest. Pin them good. Yeah, and these look so nice when that white in the center makes that diamond. It looks so pretty. Okay, so that's the first 2 blocks of each row. I am not going to press them. I'm just going to trim them apart, and that way we can go on and put that third piece on. So first row, that's what it looks like, and we're going to put another blue on that end. Let's make sure we are turned the direction to nest. Having to make sure those ends are lined up. So now we have our second block. We're taking another one of these. The ones with the dark green. Oh no, it doesn't nest, but that's okay. I knew I would have some that did not nest, and that's going to be perfectly fine because, as I said, I can always put a pin in the seam to make sure that seam does not come undone. I'm almost tempted to not press out these blocks and just sew them together, which it wouldn't hurt if I did that. I mean, it's nothing to hurt, because that way I could press my seams however I want them to go. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to press out these, because this way I can have them turn whichever way I want them to, and they'll be okay. Okay, so there we go. Got our rows done. So now to assemble this block. I'm going to take that third row and put it out of the way. This may be a little difficult. I am pressing. One moment, guys. Okay, friends, so now we're back at it. I had to press that. I could not press it. I guess that's just part of the garment sewing me. I can't get out of me, because that I just had to have it work. And all of these are not going to nest. The majority of them, I believe, will. And I have my camera telling me it is almost out of memory. Got about 40 minutes left is what it's telling me. So I think I can get this put together. What do you think? Do you think I can get this put together in 40 minutes? I'm hoping so, because my goodness. I've got a lot of seams that I'm pinning here. because, as I said, I want that diamond shape. Okay, let's get to sewing on this and seeing if we can. So we've already been going 2 hours, guys. And that's with the pressing and all that. So this is one of the lengthier projects or blocks. So just know that before you start sewing it, that it is one of the lengthier blocks. Trying to get all of these pins out of the way. Some of them I do, some of them I don't. That one I didn't. I will be replacing the needle after I finish this block, if it will let me. Okay, I did not put a pin in this seam. It's the very last seam, but it's just as important as the rest of the seams, because if it don't match, it still looks bad. Okay, so there is row 1 and 2 put together. Let's get here and add our row 3. Man, y'all, I always am astonished at how huge these blocks are. I'm probably not going to be as crazy about the diamond shape matching up, because I just don't have time for that tonight. I mean, y'all, it's after 10. Okay, now we are sewing this last row on, friends. I don't think I've ever been so happy to have a block done. This is a huge, but I feel like the blocks have gotten more complicated as we have gone on this quilt along. I believe this is probably the last one, the last block. Maybe in the next box we get a finishing pattern. I still have my peaceful baskets over here that I have not completed, that I will complete. Maybe that's something I can put in my planner to do next year. Maybe that could be one of my whippets. Okay, guys, so are you ready to see this block? Stunning, beautiful, amazing. Look at this block. So, friends, this is block 8 of the November 2025 Fat Quarter Shops Sew Sampler. This is the Flowering Quilt Along. So this is the 2025 Flowering Quilt Along. Beautiful, stunning. So excited to have finished this block. But friends, thank you for being here. Give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. I have more than Fat Quarter Shop content. I have cooking, sewing, maybe quilting, maybe cleaning, maybe destashing. We have all the things. But feel free to leave a comment. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.